Hi, how are you? I'm back again. Now in my basement, but I just want to share a little bit. Like I said, I really think that I need to be on screen because I'm a very big time encourager. And what I've been talking to you about the last couple of videos, just about being different mindsets, changing your mindset from day one. And you can start from today. You don't have to stay where you're at specifically all the time. For instance, when we plan trips in life, when we plan trips in life, we kind of decide where we want to go. We book a flight where we have some kind of way of looking past where we were. And now we're starting to find somewhere we want to go that we've never been. And so what do? We get excited about that. We're like, we wake up early in the morning, we're thinking about it. It's 5 more days out. It's 14, days out, whatever. It's 3 days out. Oh, tomorrow morning we're leaving on the airplane. We have to get ready. And so what happens to us? We get overzealous about our new adventure. And so what I want you to do today is I want you to get zealous about your new adventure. I want you to learn how to become better than you are. I don't have anything to sell you yet. I'm gonna learn how to sell stuff eventually, but I just want you to learn how to take some advice from somebody else and use it to comply with your own mindsets, to change your mindset so that you're not always walking in fear and injustice feeling and you feel like the victim all the time. What I want you to do is I want you to take in what I'm going to give you today and the next few videos over the next couple months that I make for us. And I'm going to entitle this video itself, coming up, Proverbs 1. I'm actually going to dive in the Bible because what I really feel like is encouraging. I really feel like I want you to understand where you are going in life. And you can't really get there if you don't know where to start. Well, number one, our mindsets. That's the key. It's more than even our heart. The Lord wants you to get past the old you. That's why you're born again. And then you become a new creature in Christ. And if you're not religious, I'm not trying to be just about religion here. Please don't take this just as religion, whoever it may be. Take this as advice. You don't have to use the Bible for this. I'm going to use the Bible for this, but you don't necessarily have to use the Bible for this. If you don't believe there's a God, whatever, just the knowledge of people, what they wrote, like a book, take it like that if you like to, like a counseling session, whatever. But in all reality, it's like this. I'm gonna dive right into Proverbs 1, and I'm gonna read it kind of slow and kind of explain it in my opinion, not the Bible's opinion, not the philosopher's opinion or whoever, the theologian, whoever, the degree guy that's got 15 degrees. I'm not talking to people like you, okay? You know more than I do in the scriptures, okay? I'm not talking to that. I'm talking to the person that can't get out of bed, that can't live life because you're so wounded, the one that keeps on popping a needle in your arm and you think you're gonna get better, but you won't if you keep popping that needle in your arm. That's insanity. I'm talking to these people. Not the banker that's got a nice suit, not the one that's a billionaire. And if you're a billionaire, you probably might feel the same way. But diving in right now, Proverbs 1. Sorry, I get compassionate about what I love, and that's helping people. It says, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give subtly to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. A man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsels. I'll stop right there. What this proverb's talking about is you listening to other people. It's okay to ask people questions. It's okay to ask people what's going to happen next. What should I do next? You're not so prepared in life right now, okay? You're going through hell right now, I understand. So what do we need to do? We need to learn to take wisdom, right? Will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsels. What are you obtaining? You're obtaining the knowledge of other people and where they've been. I can't say I've really been depressed any of my life. But I have been through sadness. I have been through rejections and stuff like that. I think the reason I never really dealt with depression is because when I saw it coming, when I was young and I saw it coming, I didn't like that feeling. So I, somewhere inside of me, fought that off. Now, I'm not saying I'm better by any means than anybody that's in depression. I'm not. My wife's fought depression for years. And she's a little older than me, and she still fights it a little bit here and there. But what I am saying is, you can take what this says right here, receive instruction and justice and judgment, equity and wisdom, and the simple and young man knowledge and discretion, and a wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain into wise counsels. To understand a proverb, verse 6, and the interpretation, the words of the wise, and their dark sayings. Number 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. If you had a hard time in school when you were, 10 years old, 12 years old, 15, teenager, whatever, you didn't like school, probably because you despise wisdom and instruction. Now, in school, public school especially, they don't teach you how to really get through stuff emotionally. They don't teach you how to make money. They don't teach you the basics of life. They want to teach you, and I hate it for the teachers out there, don't take it wrong, but to me, if I see people creative, if I see people that want to do more than just write up a book, like essays and stuff for English that they've taken since they were in, first or second grade, all the way through high school, they've been stuck on English. It doesn't take 20 years to learn English. Why did we spend so much time on just English? Why can't we go from English to French to German to whatever, Portuguese, whatever? And if you see a guy that's got the talents of making stuff with wood in the wood shop, why not take him out of all the other classes and let him focus on something he's passionate about, something he really likes? If you got somebody that loves computers, why not spend most of the hours at school teaching them about computers? They've learned enough English. They've learned enough geometry. I mean, I'm a construction worker. I don't really care about all the geometry stuff, but what happens? They try to force it down your throat, and most people don't want to be in a classroom for 8 hours a day. Why? Because we don't want to receive the knowledge and instruction, just like verse 7 says. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good in some ways. But to be sitting there 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, they're not even getting paid a paycheck. But their paycheck's what they're learning. Well, that's fine, but I could take somebody that doesn't know even English in about a year or two, I'm sure. Within 2 years, I could probably teach them everything I know, and they would probably have great English. They'd probably have how to know how to add to like 200 or 500 or whatever. They may learn how to add like a checking account. The banks that, the schools never taught us how to even open up a bank account, right? So what I'm saying is this, and I want to move on because I don't want this video to be too long. But Proverbs 1 is talking about how you can come to other people for instruction and wisdom and stuff like that. Maybe you don't know so well. Maybe you don't know everything that's going on in life right now. Maybe you're struggling. I'm here to help you. Let's fight this depression together. Let's fight this suicidal thought. If you want to commit suicide, please don't. Not only do you affect yourself, of course, but you affect all the family and all the friends that you think that don't love you will be shattered. Especially a mom or dad or an uncle or an aunt or a grandma or grandpa that's taking care of you. And if you're just all by yourself and there's nobody around, that's okay. Get outside the house. Go start making friends. Go sit at a park, start talking to people. Go to a group, go to a church. Go to a golf club facility. Get into something. You can get online nowadays and find all kinds of stuff from 20-year-olds to 50-year-olds. Don't sit there and beat yourself up all day. Verse 8, my son, hear the instruction of the father, forsake not the law of the mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace upon thy head and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come, lay with us, let us wait for blood, let us lurk privately and innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave and whole, and as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance, we shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in the lot among us, let us all have one purse. My son, walk not way with them, refrain thy foot from their path. What's this talking about? It's a King James version. It's it's not really understandable, right? Too much, just off the top of the head. What's it saying though? Don't hang around a dirty bird. If you have a drug problem, the worst thing you can do is go back to the drug place. If you have a sex problem, the worst thing you can do is go to the strip club. If you have a drinking problem, the worst thing you can do is go to the bar. Stop doing what sabotages your life. Stop getting involved in situations If you have a hard time trusting people in a relationship, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship right now. That's the hard truth. Maybe you should take some time. One of the things that helped me when I was younger is before I got married, I came to the Lord and I was like, Lord, I want to be with you only. I don't want any other women. I took about 2 years off of being in a relationship. Guess what come my way right after that? My beautiful bride. I was friends with her for about 3 years. We didn't have nothing. We were just friends. And all of a sudden one day we looked at each other and it was like we just knew that we were each other's soulmates. And so what happens? I took time to become whole. Now, that was 20 years ago, okay? I wasn't that whole. But I wasn't searching for a relationship that bad. Usually what you search for really bad takes away from what you're doing right now. And so take the wisdom that the Word says and take the wisdom of man that tells you don't stay where you're at. You have to surpass where you used to be. Once you surpass where you used to be, today is a new day. Wisdom becomes different. Strength becomes different. Not laying around waiting for people to die out to take advantage of them. That's not who we are. We don't want to be tied up with criminals and problems and stress and drugs. And if you're a gang member or something like that, don't take it wrong. I know those are your brothers. I know they beat you in to get you in there. You know, and I wouldn't want to say anything bad about any of them. Please don't take me wrong. I don't know you, but I know a lot of you don't have a father. That don't care. That don't want nothing to do with you. You never even knew your father.